Hello Taurus, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Jen with Bohemian Path Tarot, and it is already time for October readings. Gosh. So here we are with the Light Seers Tarot, and of course you know this is a general reading for a general Taurus audience, so it's not quite the same as a one-to-one reading. It might really resonate with you this month. It might really resonate, later in the month because it might be predictive and it might kick in later. It might resonate a little bit, and one of your other placements might really resonate. So be sure to check the videos for your sun sign, your moon sign, and your rising sign if you know those placements. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and give the deck a really good shuffle for you. And if you've been here before, you know I like to fast forward the video through the shuffling part, just because I don't like to chit chat over that. It's kind of a solemn thing. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle, and I will catch up with you when it's time to lay out the cards. I'll see you in just a bit. Okay, Taurus, let's see what your guidance for October is. The Five of Pentacles. Okay. Knight of Cups. Queen of Swords. Ace of Pentacles. Wow, what an interesting story, Taurus. Okay, so I use the card in this position as kind of the main focus for this reading. It's not the only thing you're going to be experiencing, or the only message for you, or the only event or theme for you this month, but just the focus of this particular reading in front of us is this Ace of Pentacles energy. And that's a focus on a new beginning in terms of your resources, in terms of a new path or a new beginning, a new cycle in terms of resources. A lot of times this shows up for folks looking for a new job, or a new start on a career path, or a new start in terms of money, finances. This does tend to be a slower moving energy, but it is a new beginning, and it does, and let me put it this way, it does tend to feel like there's a gift here from the universe, a support here from the universe, but also your efforts are rewarded with aces. So it's kind of like it's like your garden is fertile at this time. It's a season for you to be working in your garden, planting seeds, and nurturing the sort of crop you want in this area. So if you want to change your career path, or if you want to see more harvest, if you will, in terms of your career, this is an excellent time to work with the universe, God, spirit, your spirit team, however you think of, that piece, to, grow that in your garden, if you will. So you can even see, even when the art doesn't facilitate it, I use a lot of gardening, harvest sort of, let's see if we can get this art in focus here. There we go. But this artist helps along that. You can see there's a little start of a blossom at the top of the pentacle, and there's roots underneath, And this particular pentacle isn't even in soil yet. It's like you're getting the seed already started. It's already started, and you just need to get it into some water or some soil or whatever, and it's already germinated, right? So whether it's a career path or whether it's your directly like a stock portfolio. I am not a financial planner, advisor. Do not take financial advice from me. See a professional, which I am not. But whatever you need for your sort of practical resources, finances, career, this is all supported here. You just need to do a little bit of energy, and sort of the small steps you take are really well supported when this ace shows up. For those of you who are not career people and not maybe not investing in the stock market, this can also be in related sort of fields. Like if you're saving up to buy a home, maybe there's classes you can take, or there's a banker, or maybe there's a special loan. Again, I am not a banker, financial planner by any means, but there's steps or specialists, or in some way you can get more information or do some planning. There are options open to you to get more information or take steps to speed up whatever you might need to do to get closer to home ownership, or buy that food truck, whatever entrepreneurial interests you might have, whatever you're looking to do with your money, with your practical life, to support your family, whatever it is. It isn't an overnight success. It isn't winning the lottery, but it's definitely a time to start working with those energies, to do the research, to take the steps, to start the planning, and because the small efforts are rewarded. Even if in the past you have felt like you have come against closed doors when you have taken similar efforts, and that's what the Five of Pentacles suggests here, that maybe you might have an expectation of things, a mindset of you might be coming into this thinking that hasn't gone well for me in the past, or maybe a mindset of imposter syndrome, or maybe you've recently lost a job and now you're at a loss as to where to turn, or maybe a little depressed. The Five of Pentacles isn't suggesting you can't do it. It's just a mirror reflecting a mindset of starting from a place of fear or anxiety, or being afraid that there aren't options for you, especially for those of us who are like in midlife or later in life, losing a job or wanting to change careers but thinking maybe we're too old, or maybe we don't have the right contracts, or maybe what we want to do, if we want to be an entrepreneur at this age or switch to the arts, or what we want to do is impractical or unlikely, and trying to quell that fear. Well, the Five of Pentacles actually says that our fears, although it's always good and right to be aware of those fears, they are just limiting us from the next step. Because as this artist so beautifully presents it for us, this central character is not locked out of anything. There is a key to this door right within reach. In traditional depictions of the Five of Pentacles, the central characters are walking right past the church. You know, the pentacles are depicted as stained glass windows. And in the ancient idea of the Five of Pentacles, the characters could easily walk to the church and ask for help, but for whatever reason, for pride or whatever, and maybe a dislike of the church, which, you know, some of us rightly have a fear of church or clergy or what have you. But there are resources available if you're, experiencing scarcity in your life. If you have lost a job, there are places where you can reach out, and you don't have to feel isolated or alone or locked out as you kind of make a transition from one career to the next, or whatever this starting over piece is, or moving on, this next chapter is. If you need assistance, you do not have to go it alone. You're not isolated. You're not locked out. There is help available should you need it. And sometimes we like to think we don't need help. We don't even recognize. Sometimes we can be so independent. We're so used to being independent, we don't recognize when we need help. And it's our own secrets. It's our own inability to recognize when we need help sometimes that keeps us isolated, or keeps us in the dark when there's light that's just 2 steps away from us. So that's all the Five of Pentacles is telling us. It's not, a stop in your tracks kind of a card. It's not a go no further. It's not a give up on your dreams. It's a reach out and ask for help. It's you don't have to go through this alone. If you can't depend on your family, and some of us don't have family we can depend on. Some of us do have family we can depend on, but for whatever reason, pride or a fear of disappointing someone, keeps us from reaching out. And that's just pride, right? We so often have people that are just wishing we would reach out, and are just longing to participate in our next chapters if only we would let them. So that's what the Five of Pentacles is reminding us. So as we work on this next chapter, which we're absolutely encouraged to do, Taurus, with this next part, even if you're used to doing everything by yourself, the Five of Pentacles suggests that maybe in this next phase you can get a little leg up or a little boost up from a bank, clergy, friends, family, maybe even a source you hadn't expected would be willing to help you, would be willing to just tide you over, give you a couch to sleep on, if that's the sort of help you need. I'm going to leave it to you. It's going to be different for all Taurians. Maybe somebody just needs a shoulder to cry on, or an ear to vent to. Whatever it is in your case, don't be afraid to reach out for help. You're not going through this next phase alone. You don't have to. There is no shame in reaching out to your community. In fact, so much of what our business is, if you're going through, especially if it's an entrepreneurial thing, or if you need another job, or whatever you might need for this next phase as you build whatever your garden might need, having connections can really help that next piece. Even entrepreneurs need contacts for vendors, for suppliers, for future customers, whatever it might be. So you get the idea. And that's echoed over here in this Knight of Cups. Now, in this version, we see a very romantic character. And for some of you, this could be that. If you are looking, if you're a single person looking for maybe a romantic situation, excuse me one second, had a little tickle in the back of my throat. If you are looking to date, or if you're looking to take your relationship to an existing relationship to the next level, or to have a conversation about your needs to maybe renegotiate a romantic relationship and kind of codify some of those terms, this Knight of Cups is an excellent sign that someone wants to have a conversation with you, that someone wants to take something to the next level, someone is showing interest, someone wants to send you a message, wants to have a conversation, wants to take things to the next level, something along those lines. If you're already in sort of a established relationship, if you're not at all interested in dating or anything of that nature, this could show up in another way. This could be a business invitation as well. This could be an interview for a job, again, if that's the sort of thing you're looking for. An invitation to collaborate from a fellow collaborator, if you're an artist, or whatever you might do that might need a partner in business or what have you. This could be a potential partner in that way. We often find knights as agents of change. They bring invitations to us that inspire us to act. Cups are often the part of our lives that make us feel connected to community. Sometimes they're one-on-one situations, sometimes they're a greater community, like a band, like a cosplay group. Sometimes it's even therapy, 12-step program, something like that. Again, for different Taurians, this could hit in a different part, romantically one-on-one, therapy, or business collaboration. You'll know when and where it is appropriate for you. And now we have, before we move on to the Queen of Swords, let me just say, this could be an actual specific person, or just kind of the general energy of an invitation. So like, you could get an invitation from such and so company that they saw your resume and would like to bring you in for a job interview. And this could be that company that you really, really have been pitching yourself to because you really want a job there. Or it could be somebody who sends you or somebody who swipes right on you. Is that the one where they like you? It swipes right on you and wants to, and flirts with you a little bit, and then wants to meet up with you, a specific person in that way. It could, the energy could kind of go either way like that, right? Okay, so then moving on to the Queen of Swords. This is very likely to be a specific person in your life. I find kings and queens are more likely to be specific actual people in your life. And this queen would be someone like an agent or a friend or a boss who likes to give you advice or has an offer negotiates an offer. This could be someone who, again, who has a job for you, negotiates a job for you. This could be a lawyer or someone who litigates on your behalf, negotiates on your behalf. I'll give you a very personal example. One of my other, in my life outside of tarot, I get some work via an agent. And one of my agents, I use this card to represent one of my agents who negotiates, who submits me for work and makes sure my contracts are up to snuff. So I use this card to represent that person in my life. So I always think of that when this shows up in anybody's reading. So this could be someone like that on your behalf. But this could also be someone like that friend who is always quick with unsolicited advice that cuts to the quick. So she would be someone who doesn't mean to be mean, but also does not hold back. She tells you like it is. She does not sugarcoat. And it doesn't have to be female necessarily, but this would be a person who does not sugarcoat, who calls a spade a spade. This person would tell it like it is, and doesn't let you kind of live in your fantasy world. And you know, sometimes that might seem painful. But in this instant, it seems like this person does not want you to wallow in a place that does not serve you, right? This person wants to remind you that you are competent and capable and you deserve more. So this person is going to be pushing you to ask for more, to do more, to maybe negotiate for more. If she isn't literally the person negotiating for more or asking for more on your behalf, she is, or this person, I apologize, in my life this person is female, but in your life it might not, this person might not be. So this person is recommending for you to ask for more, or to kind of push you to go a little bit further. And again, it's not in a mean way. This person thinks you are amazing. This could also be like that mom that's maybe seems a little critical, but also just wants you to have the best, or dad. This could be like Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. This person is just thinking of your future. This could also be like a business partner, collaborator, brother or sister too. But it would be like that big brother sister energy, somebody who like thinks they have the right to tell you how you ought to be living your life kind of thing. It does feel like there could be, I mean, it isn't like there's outward friction with this person. It's like there's begrudging respect. Because ultimately in your heart of hearts, like you're working towards something, and this kind of energy pushes you, this energy kind of needles you a little bit more towards it. Okay, I think you see where I'm going with this. But I mean, we've got excellent potential here for you to start a new chapter, begin again, and move away from this energy that makes you feel like you've been abandoned or lost or left out in the cold. You have the key for what you need. There's an invitation coming for the thing that you want. for at least one thing that you want, and you've got an ally, either a boss or a mentor or a big sibling who's got your back, even when they're pushing you, needling you a little too far, but they're reminding you that you're awesome and that you can do this. And frankly, sometimes they can see the future you even when you can't. Or they believe in the future you even if you don't yet. Totally. Oh, Taurus, I'm sending you such a big hug. I'm sending you such a big hug. But I mean, this is such a gift, and this will feel like such a gift, and you really do deserve it, right? I mean, it's going to be hard work, but you're not afraid of hard work. And it's going to be work that you like, too. You know, Aries just got kind of a similar reading, too. So maybe the two of you want to collaborate. Yeah, I just keep seeing you're about to unlock this door. You're about to get up and unlock this door because the key is right there. So I'm going to leave it there for you, Taurus. You got this. Starting in October and moving forward, you are planting the seeds that you want in your garden, and you are nurturing the crop that you want to see blossom in your garden. Okay? Taurus, thank you so much for dropping by. I wish you all the best. I hope you found this helpful and inspiring, and if so, I hope you'll consider giving this video a thumbs up, or maybe leaving a comment or subscribing. In any case, take good care of yourself, and until next time, bye for now.